Hello everyone, welcome back to a Hare over here, and as the name suggests, I am actually previewing another one of my commander decks that I actually have quite a bit of fun with. The full deck list is down in the description down below. Is it a perfect deck? No. Is there a lot going on in it? Yes. Does it need more focus? Most likely, but I actually have quite a bit of fun with it at times. So the deck that I'm playing is Kynaios and Tiro of Meletis. Yeah, Gate Dads, Gate Kings, however you want to do it. Its effect is basically at the beginning of each of your own, at the beginning of your end step, you may draw a card. You draw a card. Then each player may play a land. Then, for each opponent who didn't draw a card, play a land, they draw a card. So it's basically the the controller gets to draw a card and play a land. Everyone else gets to play a land or draw a card. So, well, only enough right before making up this video, I was publishing the deck list on TappedOut, and I was like, oh, I've been playing with 101 cards. Well, the cut was easy enough for me to do. So, but yeah, what is the overall strategy? It is what I can call a bear hug deck, in that the first part of it is pretty dang simple, in that I have a number of group hug-esque cards in the form of like Heartbeat of the Spring, Mana Flare, and Dictate of Calmetra to double up on the mana, Humble Defector, giving everyone a chance to draw and pass it around the table, Howling Mine, Kami of the Crescent Moon, and Dictate of Crucifix. It provides the extra draws. If you saw my Kami deck, that is more of a group meal deck. This is a group bear hug deck. So you have the hug part, but then you have things that in part punish people for just outright punishments, like Aven Mind Sensor. Opponents can't search more than the top 4 cards of their deck. Rule of Law to no more than one spell. Then it's like we start getting into some of the denials. Arcane of Emeria, which is a rule of law effect, can't cast more than one spell per turn, and on basics, my opponent's control enter the battlefield tapped. Authority of the Consuls, opponent's creatures enter the battlefield tapped, and I gain a life. Conjali Sunwing, same thing. Creatures and opponent's creatures enter the battlefield tapped. Thalia, Heretic Cathar, creatures and non-basics, opponent's creatures and non-basics enter tapped. Blind Obedience, Extort and artifacts and creatures. Opponent's artifacts and creatures enter the battlefield tapped. Manglehorn, opponent's artifacts enter the battlefield tapped, and I get to destroy an artifact on its ETB. Livana, Keep of Silence. Opponent's activated abilities can't happen. Winter Orb, in that it players may not untap more than one may untap more than one land if Winter Orb is untapped. And then we have Topper Orb, similar to Livana, but it's all ETB effects. Creatures entering don't cause any ETB effects from going off. So these are either outright deniers or slowing down the game. The next few cards is partial punishments, in the Harsh Mentor, which whenever an opponent activates an artifact, creature or land on the field. If it's not a mana ability, Harsh Mantle deals 2 damage. So it's like, oh yeah, you want to do that? Take 2 damage. Vampaging Philosodon. Anyone bring out a creature, they take a damage. Fevered Vision. During each end step, that player draws an extra card. If an opponent has more than 4 more cards, they take 2 cards. So it's like, oh yeah, draw. It plays into the group hug, but it's like, oh yeah, I'll allow you to draw. I'm now going to punish you for having a big hand. Owning Vortex and Sulfuric Vortex. 2 similar cards. The Sulfuric deals 2 damage during each player's deals 2 damage during the upkeep to the torn players. Yeah. During the beginning of each player's upkeep, Sulfuric Vortex deals 2 damage to that player, and no one can gain life. Warning Vortex, similar thing, but 1 damage. Takes a red mana to stop opponents from gaining life, but it also has, whenever somebody casts a spell without spending mana on it, Vortex deals 5 damage to them. So it partially has like, oh yeah, you can still do this. I'm just going to punish you. Liviana, Azorius Renegade. Again, each opponent can't cast spells with a converted mana cost greater than the number of lands they control. So it's like, everyone play fair magic, and whenever a opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent on it, counter it. So yeah, somewhat used for Floodgate. And this is, the last 2 is, everyone play on your turn. City of Solitude and Defense Grid. City of Solitude, it's pretty much no one can play spells or abilities during their turn. This includes mana abilities. So it's like, yeah, you can't even tap your lands for mana. And Defense Grid simply says pretty much everyone else must pay 3 extra mana to play any spells. So yeah, this is a, oh yeah, I'm helping, but you're not going to like it. And I'm saying, I'm slowing down the game to such a point that's like, many of my, hopefully I can eventually get to my win cards. Which we'll get to in just a moment. But to really solidify most of what this deck is doing, to help with the slowdown, I have Windborn Muse, Propaganda, Ghostly Prison, and Sphere of Safety. All of them do this more or less the same thing. Windborn, Propaganda, and Ghostly Prison all say you must pay 2 generic mana for each creature that attacks me. Sphere of Safety says the same exact thing, but instead of 2 generic, it's you must pay X, where X is the number of enchantments I control. And I at times have a lot of enchantments. So if I have like Windborn Muse, Propaganda, Ghostly Prison, and the Sphere of Safety out, that is going to be, you must pay 9 for each creature attempting to attack me, which again can slow down the game. And then Dueling Grounds, people can only attack or block with 1 creature. So again, slowing down the deck for the people that are trying to slowing down the people that are trying to win via combat. So that's the big thing there. Then we have some generically good cards, but one that are definitely worth playing. Some removals of Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile. I'm in white. Closing Grip and Disenchant. I should probably get. I'm forgetting the card now. The format Return to Dust as well, but I never put it in. Acidic Slime, similar thing to the Frozen and Disenchant. It's a creature and destroy an enchantment, artifact, or land. Beast Within as a. I should also get the Elephant Gift as well. I just never put it in, but mostly as a. Okay, let's try to remove something. Two useful spells in the form of Sphinx's Revelation and the Blue Sun Zenith. Mass Draw. Mystic Study. I didn't really put this in with the rest of the like hate bears, mostly on the fact that I don't like it is a hate bears, but it's like it's not hurting you, it's benefiting me. So it's like, plus it allows me to get to some of the win cons and whatnot. And the rest of the one spell book, I don't always have the biggest hands, so this might be one of the things that might be eventually removed for something. And two things that should not be in here, but actually at times it's like, oh, this has been really useful. Chronos God of Storms, which it's the is it God out of the original Theros block that reveal the force reveal the force card you draw each turn during your turn. Whenever you reveal a land card this way, draw a card, and you reveal a non-land, bolt something. Just, it can be generic removal, additional draw. It's probably one thing that really doesn't really fit with mostly everything, but it's like the occasional, just like, yeah, I bought your face, I bought that, or, oh look, I'm double drawing. And then Crewfix, no maximum hand size again. Probably another reason why I should not play Spellbook, because I'm not doing like mass draw. But it's also if unused mana should empty from your mana pool, that mana becomes colorless. So there have been times that I've been just like, oh yeah, I tap on, like, keep on this open mana open, and okay, ending of your turn, I tap all my mana, empty into this mana pool, and okay, I just have a boatload of extra mana just sitting around. So, like I said, we are now getting into the win con situation. Um, the first big thing, and probably the biggest thing that a lot of people might not expect, and is a like it's a win con. It's my side win con, but it's like, oh, this is going to really hard for those who care. Bane of Baghdad, one Bane. It's an Eldrazi package. Bane of Baghdad, essentially Annihilator 2. Whenever attacks, the defending player must exile 2 of their cards. So it's essentially Annihilator, but it's exiling it, not making them sacrifice. Void Winnowal, opponents can't cast even spells, can't block with even creatures. This gets into the many of the floodgates, hate bear section, so it's somewhat in that same, but it's just a giant 11/9. So it like a few swings is like, okay, Pathways of Ulamog, in Annihilator 3, and Super Menace. Must be blocked by, if blocked, must be blocked by at least 3 creatures. It That Betrays, Annihilator 2, and whenever an opponent sacrifices something, I get it. So it's like, okay. Emoku, the Promised End, take over an opponent's turn. Otherwise, it's a giant flying ample protection from the instances 1313. It's just a giant body that can then just like, oh yeah, I'm taking over your next turn. Yeah, you get an extra turn after it, but like I don't really cast. I've rarely drawn her, but she can be a good threat. And then Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. Um, on cast, exile 2 things. On attack, exile the top 20 cards. Similar, it's similar to Void Winnower in that it's almost like Void Winnower and many of the other hate bears in the okay, when I attack, I'm getting rid of your top 20 cards. Yeah, I'm not trying to win via meal, but it's like, hey, I'm eliminating you in mass. So, but the major win con within the deck that I want to generally say, sorry about the being that was a text that I'll get to, is the Kiki Restoration Angel combo. If you're not familiar with it, it's simply that that Kiki says tap, haste, tap, make a copy token of target permanent. A Restoration Angel, which blink a non-angel that you control. Kiki is a goblin, so it's like tap the Kiki, make a copy token of Restoration, blink the Kiki, tap, make a copy of the Restoration Angel, another time, and you make a copy token with haste of the Restoration. The copy shall blink the rest. Kiki, repeat until you have enough to kill an opponent. That's the main win con. I'm going, and I have a Bathing Pod and a Vivian on the hunt as a backup strategy, as a tutoring option. I know there's a Simic legendary that has a similar effect that I'm wanting to eventually pick up. But the idea with this is that Bathing Pod and Vivian on the Hunt plus 2 ability both say a similar thing, in that it's sacrifice a creature, uh, and then go searching for something with at least uh, 1 CMC greater. I have a number of 3 drops and a number of 4 drops in this deck. So this allows me to basically like, oh yeah, I can now go and find my missing piece, or I can like, oh yeah, grab one of these temporarily, then next turn grab the next piece. So that's the most of the entire deck. The major win con is the Kiki Resto combo with a back of up of the like, I'm attacking with giant Eldrazi's, which is like, there's been a few times that I've played against people and it's like, wait, where did wait, I'm not expecting a Bane of Baghdad. And then it's like, oh yeah, I play Kiki, tap, create a copy token of Bane, and oh look, I'm attacking with 2/7/7s, 2/7/5s, and you must exile 4 of your stuff, or I'm attacking you, exile 2 things, and I'm attacking you, and it's a bunch of fun. In terms of my mana base, clearly I do not have like things that sort out lands really, but I play 10 mana rocks in the form of solving the 6 on color signets I don't have Arcane Signet, I realize that, and probably should. And some really outdated cards: Darksteel Ingot, Chromatic Lantern, and Commander Sphere. Just tricolor, searching out the necessary colors that I need. Then most of my land base, it sucks. I realize that, but it's like I'm saving money. I'm not wanting to put like I've actually have fun with this, and admittedly, it's like I want to keep this deck as like the mana base as is, and put an Amulet of Vigor in this deck eventually, and just be like, yeah, look, my land base is cheap, and I'm being counteracted. Its downside is being counteracted by an Amulet of Vigor. So what is this mana base? We have some things like Command Tower makes sense. This is a 4-color deck, so Mana Confluence. But then it's like a card that a lot of people play. These three: Transgear Prodenard, Rapture Spire, and Gateway Plaza. All of them have a similar thing. They tap for any color. When they enter the battlefield, tapped, and you must pay one generic, otherwise sacrifice them. Like, yeah, they suck. I know that. But it's like, they've been useful at times. So, and I know I'm always going to make a snow slot in this deck. But then I have the 4 on color, the 4 on color, like, not triumphs, the 4 on color, like, wedge splits, in the form of the like Mystic Monastery, Frontier Bivouac, Seaside Citadel, and the Jungle Shrine, like the 4 on color, like, tri and then I play the 6 on color bounce lands, and that, well enough with my gay dads, it works with him. Them mostly on the basis of, oh yeah, I like land drop for turn, bounce land, return back this land. Oh, end step, I draw, and I still play a land. So it works for me. So then I play all of the on-color temples, the scrying temples, combined with the bounce lands. It's just been, at times, just getting that extra scry is absolutely great. The 6 on-color common gain 1 life on entering the battlefield, which at times, like, it doesn't always affect me, but it's like, okay, it's sometimes like getting that extra life. It's nice. Then a plains, a mountain, a island, and a forest with. I picked this guy up a while ago. It's the Morcadian Hollow. Like, you can't see it. It's a foil, and there is the star. So it's like, I'm not sure if it's promo or not. I didn't play back in Morcadians, but it's a Morcadian mountain. To really show some of the like growth of the deck, I still play Temple of the Force God. Yeah, at times it absolutely sucks. But don't discredit it, people. I think it still has a place at times. Definitely if you're trying to be on a budget. Reliquary Tower, Mikokoro, Center of the Sea. Again, it is the situation of I'm playing Death and I'm playing a partial group hug deck, so it's like, oh yeah, either tap for 1 generic or for 2 mana. Tapping it, everyone draws a card. Field of the Ruin, I probably should play something else over this. Tap for colorless or for 2 and tap and sacrificing it, destroying one land in particular, and then everyone goes searching for a basic land. And then Gavany Township. Tap for colorless for 2 generic, a green and a white. All my creatures get a +1/+1 counter. But 23 creatures. Yeah, like the point of the deck isn't exactly to always be attacking, but just like, oh yeah, I'm buffing everything, so why not? But yeah, that was my Gay Dad's deck. It's been a really fun deck of just like, yeah, it's a bear hug deck. It's supposed to, like, I'm hugging you, but you're not, but no one's really liking this. And I realize I play a few cards like the Topper Orb that just shuts off the Kiki Jiki Restoration Angel combo. Like the Dueling Ground, the Topper Orb, it's just like, it shuts me off. But it's like, I'm playing Death and Taxes, a strategy that I, odd enough, somewhat like. But needless to say, leave your thoughts about. Have you played Kynaios and Tiro of Meletis before as a commander? How have you played him? Played them because everyone has slightly different variation. So leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you didn't. And and the link for the decklist is down in the description down below. I should have 2 videos popping up. One suggested for you, and most likely other commanders that I've done on the channel. So yeah, as always, people, I'll see you around.